What's going on, BF Theers, and welcome to another episode of...
That's right.
That's right, we're back, and it's still not for an artsy film.
Nope, not even close. But you know what? Isn't everything art?
And welcome back to Godzilla Fandong. And it's another movie review.
That's right. Let's just, okay. Let's get this out real quick, all right? Is this Doom 2? No.
It's close. It's close.
There was sand in it.
Doom 2 is a bit more orange. This one's a bit more purple.
That's
but
true.
I think, you know,
And green.
we have a guy who's like in his land, and there's another guy who's like coming into his land and trying to take over.
Godzilla?
Who ultimately loses.
Messiah?
So like...
Yeah. So basically this is Doom Part 3? 2.5?
I already saw a review on that, so thanks for coming, guys. We'll see you
and we'll
next
see
time.
you in the next
Don't
one.
forget. We did a review on the other one, right?
Well, that was back when we had a podcast.
Podcast, go
Way
check
back
that
in
out.
the day. Probably don't do that.
And I love that one, Godzilla
V Kong.
and Kong, and that was great. And this one was just more of the same. A bunch of big guys fighting other big guys,
Yeah.
and also humans.
You know, on this channel, we try not to judge a movie compared to its, I guess previous ones in terms of it's only good if it's better than the last one or anything like that. But I will say, Godzilla versus Kong is actually, I think it's better. I'm gonna be honest.
It's a real Infinity War Endgame situation, I think. I think Godzilla and Kong, it has a bit more spice to it. But as far as like a cohesive film goes, I think GVK is better.
Yeah.
For the most part. But where it shines, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we have to deal with the humans, right? Like, they're in all of these movies, and every time we're like, we don't care about the humans.
In the American Warner Brothers universe, Monsterverse, whatever it's called.
Right, legendary.
Yeah. Which it's not. The humans are not legendary.
They're not legendary.
They are not. Real quick, when we're talking about because I have two problems with this film that kind of drew me out of it. The first one is regarding the humans, which is the child who is
The Kiwi girl.
yeah, the Kiwi people. Her plot didn't have much struggle. They just kind of stumble across things, and there's no real tension when they're going to do things because, the mouthy guy gets killed because he's the mouthy guy, and then after that, they just kind of up the stairs, and boom, Mothra's alive.
And they're there.
Yeah.
And that is pretty much how it happened, because
yeah.
Mothra was dead. Somehow,
Mothra returned. So that kind of brings it out. It's like, look, as a filmmaker, that the greatest criticism of these movies is that the human characters are really boring. So why would you include them so heavily in your next movie without any tension, any stakes whatsoever? It's like, if you know that's it, okay, how about this? If you're not going to characterize any of the characters, and if you're only going to give them a surface level motivation throughout the entire film, at least make them struggle. At least add some tension to it. The worst parts of these movies is the lack of tension. And it's a big monster movie, monster fight. I want some tension. I mean, there should be.
And I'll tell you what, speaking of humans, Kong, all of his stuff, not being able to speak, I mean, talk about some portrayal of emotion. Like again, for a great
he did the
ape.
Dom laugh, he said.
For being a great ape, the first, 20 minutes or so was just about him existing in Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
Interacting with his environment, giving us facial gestures. I mean, all of that stuff that he did, I thought, was great.
Yeah.
Somehow better than anything the humans gave us. Except Trapper and that other guy, the other monster podcast guy. He was Bernie. He was good too.
He said, the system?
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders. I couldn't think of anything that he said. Anyways, the second problem that I have with this is that Godzilla is just kind of a side character, barely in the movie, and I mean, like, I get it that we know kind of what he's doing because the humans are literally
Telling us.
Well, yeah, they're telling us, but somehow they know. They're like, ah, yes, we see that he is leveling up 20x times, probably to fight something. And it's like, I guess you could get there.
He was literally grinding for levels.
He was. Godzilla is just kind of off doing his own thing, and it's not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure why he needed to level up because he didn't fail at the beginning. Why didn't they just have it to where Godzilla fails at the beginning and then he's like, dang, I'm not powerful enough. I need to level up. And then go off and do that. And then I'd be like, oh, I want him to go do that so he can defeat this threat. So again, it's tensionless. I'm just watching things happen. And it's like, to a certain extent, that's fine for these kind of movies. But again, I don't care about the action if there are no stakes. If there is nothing grounding me in what is happening, it's already a CGI just like sludge fest. I'm like, at least have me be somewhat aware of what the stakes are. What happens if they lose, you know?
Well, and Kong did have a moment where he failed.
Yeah, and that was great.
And it was. And he did, well, I don't even know if he leveled up.
Kind of.
He leveled up to the point where he was at the next level.
He improved one of his armor.
He had a locked armor.
Yeah.
Until he got to the next level, and then he got it.
Yeah, and again, he didn't really do anything to get it. You know, he ran away, and then
he did. He survived. If you don't die, you gain your experience. But if you do,
I mean, fair enough. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
But hey, let's talk about Scar King. I thought Scar King was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He looked a bit silly, and he was like.
He looked like me.
He was kind of like.
He had red fur, and then he was real lanky.
He was lanky.
I'm not
it's
lanky
like
right
us.
now because we just got CCs.
Like I'm like real short and big, and you're like tall and also kind of big. But the way he fought, I thought it was really cool to see a like actual combat instead of just like. Meh.
Well, he was more like agile, and so it was a different kind of fight.
His whip thing that he had was pretty cool too.
I was like, dude, now I want monster Indiana Jones. That's what I'm. Godzilla X Kong v Indiana Jones.
Yes. So listen, guys, there's story problems with this movie. Not unexpected.
Right.
Not unexpected, but like Kyle said, the action was awesome. All the other movies too. I mean, big monster fighting, like that's a cool thing to see. But these guys, this time around, they really leaned into the goofier side of the kaiju fighting. One of the first, one of the funniest and awesome instances is when Kong got to Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
He's like walking around, and he sees a baby Kong, and then he does a little tricky thing where he's like, I got you, and then a bunch of like normal Kongs show up. They start fighting him, and the baby Kong like hits him, and King Kong grabs the baby Kong and starts smacking the other Kongs with the baby Kong.
Dude,
it's just like boo, 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 and he throws him, and the baby Kong just gets up. Like he's fine. He just like, gets up.
Whoa.
But there's a lot of moments like that, and what Kyle just did too near the end.
Yeah.
When Godzilla finally starts to like exist.
Yeah.
Godzilla suplexes King Kong.
No, and that's after he does a swan dive.
He's at like so Kong comes out of one of the like
portals,
crater things, and he's in Egypt, and he looks. And he screams.
Yeah.
And we cut to Godzilla.
And he's at like the Gibraltar Strait. Gibraltar Strait, which is in Europe.
Like huge.
And it's like Egypt is here, Gibraltar. I can't help. Gibraltar Strait is
Godzilla
like here.
Strait.
And it's like the entire Mediterranean away.
But I didn't know.
Yeah, because they didn't frame it like.
And then Godzilla jumps, like he like. And we just see the camera just, and I don't know what's about to happen.
Yeah, everybody was like, whoa, where is he? What is he about to do?
And he swan dives.
I thought he was going to start flying.
Man, there's just so many, like this movie it's a visual spectacle, right? That's what it was.
Yeah.
It is what Nope was making a movie against. And this is why Nope sucks, because these movies are awesome. Check out our review. But yeah, just all the fight sequences are just, said it once, said it again, awesome. Big monsters fighting, chains, you know, monsters doing wrestling moves.
Yeah.
The sequence when they're going into the portal for the first time, and it's like from Guardians of the Galaxy when they're jumping through all the time. So this movie, don't go to it to like be like, oh,
Yeah,
get your popcorn, get your extra large popcorn, get your extra large drink.
Yeah,
pre-game on CC's.
Yeah, I was gonna say it. But yeah, I had an adult beverage beforehand, and that made the experience more fun.
What does Jeremy Yon say? Like, this one needs a drink. This one needs a drink, but not because it's bad, because
it's
like going to a football game.
Yeah, I will say, drinks at the movie theater, don't do that. It was like $15 for my drink, which is crazy. Cause like even at a bar, it'd be like 11. So don't do that.
But go to the theater and see it.
But go to the theater, okay? Get A-list.
Oh, rating.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this one. This is tough. You know what? I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. Whoa.
Ooh.
Whoa.
I don't want to pull a Chris, but I feel like I need to give it 2 ratings.
Just give it the 1.
Okay. Well, you said give it
Not
the 1.
the one, the other one.
Oh, okay. 4 out of 10.
No, the other one.
Oh, 2 out of 10.
No.
I'm kidding. Look, as a Godzilla film, it's probably like middle of the road for me. As a movie that I would rate it with other films that I watched, again, it's like a 4, 3, somewhere in there. But you know what? It's okay to disagree.
Cut that out. How much did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed the parts that made me laugh.
Go see it in theaters.
Check out my Rise of the Planet of the Apes video essay.
Also has monkeys in it.
It also has monkeys in it, and we got Dawn of the Planet of the Apes coming out in, I think, 2 weeks from now. So go watch that as well. Well, with that, I've been
Kyle. Like, comment, subscribe. If you're going to see it, have seen it, what did you think?
Yep.
Come back to this video, tell us what you think.
Yep.
Okay, now go.
And with that, I've been Kyle, and I still am.
I was Jake, at least I have been since last Thursday.
And we'll catch you in the next video.
All right, I'm gonna how do I?
Suplex me?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he got my
Ah,
teeth. He grabbed my teeth.
Did I actually?
Yeah.
Sorry.